Hello everybody, it is the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to a new season's worth of the great film Throwback Days. Just in case you're new to my channel, welcome, it is a pleasure to have you. This is my segment that I do once a month where I talk about a classic film, or a cult classic film, or a true fan favorite that I have never seen. I actually did see the remake that came out last year of this film, but it was a matter of time before I actually saw the original 1974 Murder on the Orient Express, starring a great cast including Albert Finney, Lauren Bacall, Anthony Perkins, Sean Connery, and Vanessa Redgrave. So this is a story that is about the legendary inspector from France, Hercule Poirot. He is taking a trip from the Middle East back home to London, and while he is on this train, a murder takes place. And because of the fact that he is one of the best in the business, the conductor of the train asks him, "Will you please take the time to solve this mystery and find out who the culprit is who killed this person?" So I went to see the newer movie that came out last year, which was directed by Kenneth Branagh, and I gotta admit, it was a lot of fun. It also had a great cast as well, and it really encapsulated the concept of the murder mystery, which is a story that we really haven't seen in film in years because of the fact that when it comes to murder and mystery, it usually revolves around horror. So this movie, the 1974 classic, I gotta say this, as fun as the 2017 film was, I feel that this one was a little bit better. And it's because of the fact that even though this movie took place in 1974, if there's one thing that I could say that to this film's merit is the fact that it felt like a movie that was made during the golden age of Hollywood. It wasn't just the costumes, it was the look, it was the soundtrack, it was the feel, it was even the color palette that made me feel that this movie was made during the golden age of cinema, which is the 1930s to the 1950s. The acting is definitely spectacular. It's not as funny as the newer film was, but quite frankly, I never really looked at a movie like this with a story that was really comedic, but it definitely was an enjoyable film with a great cast. And I also feel that the actors gave it a little bit more than the actors did in the newer version, because there were people in the newer version like Daisy Ridley and Penelope Cruz, even to a certain extent Johnny Depp. They really didn't give me such passionate performances. But Albert Finney as Hercule Poirot was absolutely astounding. Lauren Bacall was so incredible. We even had Ingrid Bergman from Casablanca in this movie as well, and she was just so powerful in her performance. The story is very much the same as the new film, so you really didn't get much new in terms of the story. There also were a couple of changes in the newer film because they sort of combined a couple of characters. I don't know why they did that, but there were definitely more characters in the 1974 version than there were in the 2017 version. But now that I've seen both of these films, they're both fun, they're both exciting to watch, even though they are slow burns. But when it comes to a murder mystery and whodunits, I'm always interested in that. But I will say that this one just has a little bit more of an upper hand because of the style of the film, because of the acting in the film, as well as the pacing of the film. I feel that this one, even though it was also a slow burn, it definitely had a much better pace to it, and I feel that it was a much more complete package. But I'm not surprised that the newer one got a lot of money made at the box office, because there will be sequels to it, and of course this one spawned a couple of sequels as well, except Peter Ustinov played the famous Hercule Poirot as opposed to Albert Finney. And will I see these older sequels? Probably, just so I can compare and contrast the new ones as they're made, but I'm just hoping that Peter Ustinov does just as good of a job as Albert Finney did, because he really was very, very good. This is a movie that I would not mind seeing again. I don't know whether I would take it over the newer one, because I kind of like them both the same, but in terms of the style, it definitely has more of an edge, and it's not a movie that I would want to get on DVD, because I just don't see myself really giving it that many multiple watches. But I will be giving this movie a very strong 3 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss the 1974 Murder on the Orient Express. And if you want to talk talk about the 2017 murder on the Orient Express, I will leave a link to that video at the end of this one. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.